long ago, Lonnie Stevenson found himself in a horrible place. After his mother died of a terminal illness, he began to drink.
It was an escape, you know. It took me out of the pain I was in.
His mother's death crushed him, and despite support from his family, his grief kept popping up like a buoy in water.
All I can say is emotionally and mentally, I was hurting, and I was looking for some way to get out of the pain.
Soon, Lonnie would be sleeping on the very downtown streets he once walked as he went to work. Drug use, then abuse followed, eventually landing Lonnie in jail. Property crimes mostly. He served his time, but again and again found himself back on the streets using.
I used to say that the heroin kept me sick and the crack kept me broke. Yeah, that's the truth.
Lonnie wanted to escape his drug-addicted self.
I just reached a point in my life where I was tired of myself. I was sick of myself. I couldn't understand myself.
The help he so desperately needed would come from a program called LEAD, Law Enforcement Assisted Diversion.
There's just all kinds of people that are in this program who are struggling, but are resilient survivors.
Daniel Garcia is a lead case manager and addiction specialist in Seattle.
When it comes to this job, it's not my job to judge people. I'm here to provide support, to have understanding. You know, most of the people that we work with have run into barriers and more barriers and have been thrown aside and forgotten.
The premise of LEAD is simple.
We have a couple different hot spots that we try to hit.
Forget no one, and to get people like Lonnie out of the system, and to get them treatment, housing, and education, anything they need so they can turn that corner in their lives.
LEAD actually focuses on the person, puts the person in a petri dish, puts them under a microscope, and you're really able to address their issues.
Make sure to clean up after yourselves, all right?
The success of LEAD in just one neighborhood
No beer cans.
has led to an expansion of the program to cover all of downtown Seattle.
Still to this day, I want to use.
Jessica Frazier and her boyfriend, Sebastian Parnell, are in the program. Their history of homelessness and heroin use is bleak. Sebastian had used so much, his veins collapsed. He couldn't hit himself, so one day Jessica took a needle and pushed the heroin into Sebastian's neck, but ended up hitting an artery.
He almost died. We were using and he had a seizure. That really made us think about things.
LEAD allows people to move at their own recovery pace, even if that means they still use. Today, Jessica and Sebastian are using methadone, which reduces withdrawal symptoms in people addicted to heroin. They haven't used in 3 months. Traditional treatment programs and drug courts have pushed an immediate abstinence when it comes to drug and alcohol use.
That's not a model for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody to quit cold turkey.
Multnomah County District Attorney Rod Underhill sees a lot of potential with LEAD.
We're moving away from the punitive and sanction-based model of that and swinging it away and looking at more harm reduction, medical-based, treatment-based.
Relationships are key for LEAD's success. In fact, Jessica and Sebastian couldn't believe that Seattle police officer Felix Reyes and his partners would stop their daily patrols to talk, listen, and care.
That's what helps keeps us clean most of the time, is the encouragement.
Lonnie Stevenson knows how important encouragement is for someone in recovery.
It takes a while. It's not overnight. It's a continual process of getting up, potentially falling back down, getting up again, falling back down.
Now, 60 years old, Lonnie is once again optimistic. He knows he and others have a choice, and because of LEAD, he is ready to take back his life.
I'm able to care about myself again. And that's like a new beginning a new awakening. It really is. I mean, I'm not a piece of crap. You know, I'm a life worth saving.
Reporting in Seattle, Brent Weisberg, KOIN 6 News.
And then back in Portland, police will start selecting clients for the new LEAD program starting tomorrow.
And we posted more information on our website, including expanded interviews and information on how the program works. That's on KOIN.com.